Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Cynthia, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about undertones and how to find your undertone in order to be able to color match yourself to a foundation or a concealer. And if you are interested in this topic, I do have a part 1 to this video, and in that video, I go a little bit more in depth of how to go about color matching yourself. For your convenience, I will be linking that right above and below. Also, before we get started in this video, please make sure to subscribe down below for new videos every single week. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump straight into this video. Alright, so first thing is first. You might be asking yourself, what exactly is an undertone? And the undertone of the skin lies underneath the physical skin that is at the surface, and that is spread all over your body. This is a color you're born with, and the undertone never changes. There are 3 main categories in which an undertone can fall under. There is a yellow undertone, which is most commonly known as a warm undertone. There is neutral tones, and then there are the red undertones, otherwise known as cool tones. This part is a little bit more self-explanatory. Red tones / cool tones have more pink in them, and yellow tones or warm tones have more yellow to them. With neutral tones, you're going to have an even amount of pink tones and yellow tones. So you're kind of going to be sitting right in the middle, and you're going to have an equal balance of both tones. A good way to determine what category you fall under is to look at your veins. If you look at your veins and they're either purple or blue, then you're going to fall under the cool tone category. If your veins are green, like mine, then you are most likely going to be a warm undertone. And if you have a combination of both colors, then that means that you're going to be a neutral shade and that you're going to have both cool and warm undertones in your skin. Another really cool trick you can use to figure out what your undertone is to hold up a white sheet of paper and kind of eyeball back and forth. The white sheet of paper is just going to give you a little bit more contrast between your skin tone and what you're comparing it to. What that means is that you're going to be able to notice the slight variations in your skin a little bit better. And the best place to do this test on is going to be right on the chest area or the décolleté. Also, another really good idea is to try to stand by the sunlight. So if there's like a window by like a SEPHORA or something, like there is at the one that I work at, then you are going to be able to catch the undertone a little bit better, because in my opinion, sunlight is like the most unforgiving light that you can stand in front of. Now, another key player in finding the right shade for you is knowing what your surface tone is. The surface tone is what is visible on the surface of your skin, and it can vary depending on how fair you are or how tan you are. And the color of the surface tone can also vary depending on certain conditions of the skin, such as rosacea, eczema, acne, hyperpigmentation, freckles, and tanning. So these are really big elements that play a key role in what the surface color is going to turn out to be. So that being said, it's very important to consider both surface tone and undertone in order to find your perfect foundation shade. But it is most essential to be aware of what your undertone is, and once you've determined what undertone you are, then you can consider your surface tone. So say like myself, I have just found out that I am a warm undertone. I have a little bit more yellow, gold tones, olivey undertones to my skin. And now that I know that, I can pick out the 3 foundation shades that match my surface tone. So that just means that I'm going to look at my surface tone, and at the moment I am fairly tan, so I'm going to direct my attention to the medium to tan area of the shade range. And then I am going to pick out the 3 warm tones that I feel like are going to match my current surface tone. So depending on how light I am or how tan I am, I'm going to kind of like vary in the shade range, but again, the undertone will always stay the same. I will forever be a warm tone person. Now, for women of color, this is going to be a little bit more difficult. And when I'm doing a foundation match on a woman of color, I can immediately tell whether or not they are a warm undertone, because if they are a warm undertone, they're going to like radiate a lot of like gold in their skin. But when you get to like the deeper skin tones, what I do is I consider the surface tone first, and then I pick out the 3 shades that I feel like will match the surface tone. And when I do the swatches, it will determine what the undertone is. So on women of color, I guess the process is kind of backwards. I consider the surface tone first, pick out 3 foundations in the shade range, and then after doing the swatches, the undertone will reveal itself. Lastly, I want to kind of help you out a little bit with navigating with foundation names. I know they can be like super confusing, like light, medium, fair, medium, tan, ivory, all of that stuff. So I made a little list here, and this is just kind of like a side note, but I still feel like it's going to be very helpful when you're trying to navigate in the world of cosmetics. Foundation shades that have warm undertones usually have common words such as ivory, golden, and sand in them. Neutral foundations usually have the words beige, natural, and neutral in them. Foundations with pink undertones usually go by the names of cool and beige, or a combination of these. And for the very rare peach undertone foundations, they're usually going to go by the name of honey, such as light honey, medium honey. And these foundation shades are a little bit more rare, and they do tend to have like a little bit more of orange in them. So it's like a combination of warm and peach. So anything by the name of honey is usually a peach undertone. And that does it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video and found some value from it, please make sure to drop me a like, and also don't forget to subscribe for new videos every single week. Like always, I want to thank you so much for spending your time with me. It truly means a lot, especially if you made it to the end. I'll see you on the next one.